Hello, fifth graders. What we're going to be doing starting this week is learning some drawing tricks each week and then practicing your drawing work with those drawing tricks. So here is the first trick I'm going to teach you this week. It's called sighting, S-I-G-H-T-I-N-G, and it involves using your pencil to match angles that you see in your sculpture. So if I hold my pencil vertically like this, do you see how it lines up with the edge of this rectangular prism? The angle matches. If I tip my pencil sideways, it lines up with the angle here on that square pyramid. So I can use my pencil as a tool to help figure out what angles I'm seeing in my sculpture. Now, here's a trick that you have to use. In order to have your eye looking at the pencil and the sculpture at the same time, you have to actually close one eye. Otherwise, you're going to see two pencils or two sculptures behind your pencil. It won't work out for you. So you'll have to close one eye, hold your pencil so you're looking right at the pencil and from the pencil beyond to the sculpture, and then you can tip your pencil to match the angles that you're seeing in the sculpture, and that can help you draw them more accurately on your paper. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick example of this sculpture that I have here in front of me. I would see this line across the bottom here as a horizontal line. I'm going to just sketch that on my paper. This line right here, if I hold my pencil up and down, that would be vertical. Okay, so I'm going to put a vertical line on my paper to match that. This vertical line transfers right up into this one. So that vertical line basically just continues from the base of the box up through the rectangular prism. So I'm going to sketch that on my paper as well. And then the line across here at the top of that rectangular prism is horizontal. So we'll get that on my paper. We've got another vertical line here. And then angles like this and like that for our square pyramid on the top. Okay, I'm just going to put the bottom of this base in because I made that a little bit too tall initially, and have you look at that. Oops. You look at that so far. Okay, so we have the base of the sculpture, the rectangular prism, and then the square pyramid that's on top of it. Now, I can see, I'm going to sneak this, I'm going to turn that just a tiny bit. You shouldn't actually turn your sculpture when you're drawing. It will kind of mess with what you've already done. But just to show you what I want to show you here, and my drawing is pretty early, so I can do that. I also see, and so do you, the side of that rectangular prism there. Now, this is a line, oops, you can't see when I point at it that way. This is a line that you're going to need to sight, okay? That line does not go straight up and down. It does not go horizontally or straight left to right. It is at an angle like this. Can you see my pencil at that angle? See the line below it? Okay. Now the trick with your pencil is that when you're using it to sight an angle that's going away from you, you're going to be tempted to want to tip your pencil away from you. Can you tell my pencil's going away? You can't tip it away from you to sight your lines because on this paper, I only have a two-dimensional flat surface. So I have to represent the line coming from that corner somehow with a two-dimensional line. I can't go through this paper to make that line go actually away from me. So when you're doing that with your sighting, with your pencil, you're gonna have to tip that pencil just to the left or to the right, like the hands on a clock would move, to figure out how that line goes, okay? That line is going to angle up a little bit. From the top here, we've got sort of an unusual situation in my camera where that line actually angles down slightly, it looks like from here. So I'm going to do that. That's what that looks like so far. And then those two lines are connected by a line that is parallel vertically and parallel to the two lines that already have created most of that rectangular prism. And then from this corner, I will just attach a line going up to the top of my square pyramid. And I should have that rectangular prism with the square pyramid on top of it, okay? One nice thing that's happening here on this drawing is that we're seeing some of the space on that base surface. There is actually like a surface here that you can see some in your sculpture. And so we're seeing that in the drawing as well because of the space below that angle, okay? You're gonna then just continue to draw your sculpture, whatever your sculpture looks like, really working hard to sight those angles and get those angles correct. That's what I would love for you to do this week. I'd also like you to draw big on your 3-hole punch paper. You can see that my drawing, it's just started, it's not finished, but you can see that it's taking up, and it will take up a good portion of this 3-hole punch paper. So I'd like yours to do the same. Make a nice big drawing on your 3-hole punch paper. Good luck sighting. I am excited to see your work.